GG.
GG.
Oh, man.
Cool, man.
Dang,
That was a lot
GG.
of fun.
Yeah, and I have to do the
Yeah.
punishment now, so look forward to that. So it was, I cannot buy any cards with green access, right?
Yeah, that's what we said.
Okay.
Can't buy any cards with green access.
Cool, will do.
Probably be easy. Not trying to make it super hard for you. Not trying to make it super hard for you.
Not trying to make it super hard for you.
Not trying to make it super hard, huh? So I make some questionable decisions in my tier list videos. So I get knocked out early in a Dune Imperium tournament. Now everyone thinks I don't have what it takes to complete a super hard Dune Imperium challenge. Well, guess what, CJ?
I'm going to destroy this challenge.
Okay, let's just establish the rules of this challenge. First, CJ's rule is that I can't buy any cards that have a green symbol on them. Fine. The twist that I'm going to add is that not only can I not buy any cards with green symbols, but I can't go to the green spaces at all. That's right, no High Council seat, no Mentat, no Swordmaster. Brutal. To make sure that the games are fair and at a high level, I'll only be queuing up games against players I don't know in the competitive TTS Club Discord. Additionally, I won't tell the players at the table about the challenge. I don't want them to go easy on me because I'm playing with a handicap. And lastly, I have to actually win the game, which, as you're about to see, is incredibly difficult. And with that, let's hop into it. So starting out in the first game, I figured I'd try out the deck building angle. Maybe if I pick Helena and buy a bunch of overpowered cards, maybe that would be enough to just carry me through to the victory. The only problem is a lot of the overpowered cards in this game have the green symbols, so I can't buy them. Additionally, a big source of points for a deck building strategy is going to end up being Spicemas flows most of the time. And the problem with this challenge is the Arrakis liaisons that have 2 persuasion are commonly used to build up the persuasion in your deck. I can't buy them either. So I'm left buying whatever persuasion's available on the board for me, and a lot of the times, especially in Immortality, that's not much. So this game, I tried to just build the best deck I could. I ended up trashing a ton of cards and getting the deck pretty thin, but I couldn't buy Spiceman flows and I had no other way to get points. So I ended up just petering out and losing. So the deck building angle is probably out, but maybe we can look back at it in the future. I need to try something else. My next thought was to play the Beast and go as combat heavy as possible. Maybe that would offset the loss of not being able to get my Swordmaster and my High Council seat. I played a couple of different Beast games and I was able to get some combats going. The closest game I had, I ended up getting an unlucky draw and was unable to collect a huge load of spice from the Great Flat to keep my engine going, but I was able to pull down a big 3-point victory at the end. Although, overall, it still wasn't enough to get me over the line. I was really feeling the effect of not having access to the green spots. Especially when you're going combat, you want to have more opportunities to play more workers so you can get more troops into that combat and get more resources. And not being able to do that was so hard. I continued to try and play some combat games, but something else would have to change here. And I'm not proud of what I did next. I was just tired of playing these games over and over again and losing. Frankly, I just wanted to be done with this damn challenge. So I did the unthinkable. I made the challenge easier. I thought to myself, what the hell am I doing? Why am I making this challenge so hard on myself? Why not just play 3-player games? If I went to a 3-player format, I'd only have to beat 2 other players to win this challenge. And so that's what I started to do. I also realized that the only way I was going to win this thing was by making a deal with the devil and playing with the Ultra S tier Baron Harkonnen, trying to get quick alliances and hopefully hitting some game-breaking intrigue cards to end the game super fast. So I started playing 3-player games as the Baron, and guess what? I was getting punished by the Dune Imperium gods. I was honestly getting so unlucky. My opponents were getting insane intrigue card draws, and I kept getting my alliances stolen, and I just could not win a game to save my life. After losing 3 to 4 games like this, I just finally came to my senses. Can I really justify starting out this video by turning into a demon and saying I'm going to destroy this challenge by taking the easy way out? No! So I went back to the grind, played 4-player games, and eventually I found the game I'm about to show you now. So we started out pretty strong. We ended up getting Baron in 2nd position, which is the best place to play Baron from, and it's so good in fact that one of the other players actually got a little mad that I picked the Baron.
Ribbit, Oski, I thought you play someone other than Baron.
You thought wrong.
I was hoping deep in my heart you wouldn't resort to that fat triple chin little annoying guy, man. I was
handsome.
hoping in my heart.
He reminds me of my dad.
Oh, why did you break my heart like that, man? Why? Why does everybody play that stupid guy? Ugh.
You know what? Haha, sounds like some innocent banter here. But as you're about to see, Green does follow up on these feelings, and they end up being my main adversary this game. So my starting hand ends up being kind of trash. I get no faction access, so I end up just playing both of my experimentation cards. First one I played the smuggling. Maybe I can set up for an interstellar shipping play later. And then the second one I just grab a little spice. I could have grabbed the intrigue card here, but I thought it might be better to start working on my research track. And at the end of this round, I learned something interesting about the green player. They're a table talker. There is a huge controversy about this in the Dune Imperium community as to whether or not people like the idea of talking at the table to influence other players' decision making. I personally don't mind it. I think it's fine. But some people get really upset, and Green is going to table talk like a madman this game. They try to talk right out of going in on this combat, but later they're going to go above and beyond.
I mean, sure, I'm telling you, we're either tying or we are just both It's either we're tying or you're losing this. I'm telling you. You sure about this, buddy? You sure? There's a reason why I put 4 troops in against the Baron. Looks like we're tying. Holy shit, we're tying. Okay. Cool. I mean,
The hilarious thing about all this table talk is that sure, red goes in, but they only have one dagger, and green ends up winning the combat anyway. So, whole lot of wasted effort there by green, but I understand their frustration. You don't want to commit 4 troops just to lose. Another very relevant thing that happened this round is I had 4 persuasion, but the row was looking pretty dead, and I consider 4 persuasion to be a decent chunk of persuasion early. So I figure I'll blow up the row, see if I can get a good 4 cost or lower card, and I end up picking up the Tleilaxu Surgeon. Super good card. Even though I started out with a pretty bad draw, I think I'm really back into this game now. Tleilaxu Surgeon lets you get 2 beetle bumps by sacrificing 2 specimens, and basically every time you get 1 beetle bump, that's a quarter of a point because it moves you along this track. So I'm effectively gaining half of a victory point every time I play this card now. So freaking good. And then I get another huge stroke of luck. Machinations is the next combat. Absolutely huge because this turn I was planning on going Hardy Warrior so I could get off my Master Stroke ability, which would give me an influence with the guild and the Fremen. And if I win this combat, I get another 2 influence to use with 2 other factions. That's a total of 5 faction bumps in a single round. Honestly, absolutely broken. And it's the kind of stuff I need to happen if I want to win with this stupid challenge. And you can tell Green's not super happy when they see Machinations come up.
oh, Machinations. No, Baron, don't win this combat. No.
No.
No, don't do it, man. Think about the children. Think about it. No, think about the children, man. Oh, that hurts. Yuna, it's all up to you. Come on, Yuna, I believe in you. I don't know how you win this, but it's rough.
Interestingly, green ends up going full space here to block me from getting early interstellar shipping access, but what they don't realize is I'm about to win this combat, so I'm getting interstellar shipping access anyway, and they set me up to grab still suits here, which is excellent. It gives me 1 more influence with the Fremen, so I can set up for the Alliance when I win this combat. And by getting a water by going still suits and then getting the Alliance, it gives me 2 water, which sets me up perfectly to collect all of the spice on the Great Flat next turn. And luckily, no one really comes after me in this combat, so I do end up taking it down, putting me up to 2 influence with the guild so I can hit interstellar shipping, and giving me the Alliance with the Fremen. Beautiful.
Then Orski gets your 6 faction bumps in a single turn, Orski.
Thank you.
Oh my god, so annoying. That is the perfect combat for you, Orski. I'm not gonna lie, that is so annoying to fight.
Okay,
I
next
really
round.
I should have blocked Fremen. I should have fucking blocked Lemon. That's a mistake.
So next turn was really tough because I only ended up drawing into one of my orange access cards, and I wanted to collect all that Great Flat Spice and go to interstellar shipping this turn. So I'm gonna have to choose. And for better or worse, I end up going with the interstellar shipping play. First, I go to fold space so I can deny anyone else getting interstellar shipping access. And then I figure I really need to get these troops so I can sacrifice them to the Tleilaxu Surgeon. So I can start getting some specimens to use with the Tleilaxu Surgeon, but I could definitely see a play to just go and get that Great Flat Spice now, but end up getting a little bit greedy there. The benefit is that I get to hit interstellar shipping and I end up getting the Alliance with the Guild, which is another little boost of early victory points for me. But we'll see how it works out. A little bit spooky this round. The green player ends up heading to Hardy Warriors, putting them at 3 influence with the Fremen. You never want Duke Letter tracing you on the Alliance track. It is very easy for them to pass you with their signaling ability, so hopefully I can hold on to that Alliance, but we'll see. To finish off the round, I end up sacrificing 2 troops to the Tleilaxu Surgeon to get 2 specimens, like I said. And unfortunately, green ends up winning this combat using a double cross, putting themselves up to the 2nd position on the shipping track. A very dangerous position for the Duke to be in because they can use their signet ring with smuggling to gain 2 bumps with a single faction. So not what we love to see, but we're still doing pretty well here. And to start off the next round, green decides to make it very clear that I'm set up to grab the spice next round.
Hey, Hanjo, there's 6 spice over here for you. You should be happy. Just saying, man. If you if you don't take it, some fat triple chin person over here. I like Yorski as a person. I just hate your character.
And luckily for me, red decides to ignore green here and just go to fold space. Hey, let him do his thing. Let him cook.
Wait, no, yellow. No, this is so gonna give you a suggestion. Just tell you something. Red, how much water do you have? And you check the spice that's available on these 3 spots, and then you see how much spice Baron has, how much water Baron has, how much water I have, and how much water he has. Do you think about it? Okay, you think about it. You're not.
Yeah,
You're never.
sorry, I have too much to look right now with the platform, but I don't look at the. I understand now, but I will guess the Baron got his spice this turn. So
You can move it if you want. It's still your turn.
Yeah, it's still your
no,
turn.
no,
You're
that's
still.
fine. That's fine.
Okay. Okay, yellow. Have a fun time with fucking 6 spice over there. Oh god.
Oski, I get the strong impression he doesn't want you to win.
I know, I'm feeling it.
And whoever plays Baron, I will hate them in this game, not in real life, not in the future. But I'll hate them in this game because I hate Baron. That's why I picked Leto in the first place. I hate Baron. I hate him. He's not my friend.
And green follows through on that hate. They end up collecting on shipping here and chasing me on the Fremen track. And unfortunately, I don't have any faction access to defend my alliance, so if green has any kind of follow-up here, I'm losing the Fremen alliance. My round is pretty straightforward. I end up grabbing all of that delicious spice on the Great Flat, and I hit up interstellar shipping.
No.
Unfortunately, green does end up taking my Fremen alliance. Who could have guessed? And we end up taking down third in the combat for 1 spice. Red gets first for a 3 spice and intrigue card, and green gets second place for 2 spice.
Baron, how do you feel about 10 spice over there? How does it feel?
I feel okay. I felt better though.
Like a rich man hoarding all the spice. You couldn't share the love of it.
Okay, starting out the next round, green quickly goes to Hardy Warriors. Looks like they have their eyes on winning this combat.
You gonna go shipping?
Yep.
Go away, bro. Just go to your highlighter. Go away. Come on. No. No. It hurts.
Okay, so as green noted, I ended up going interstellar shipping here. I go down and up, so I get 2 troops. I always take the spice. The Solari is pretty much useless to me because I can't go to any of the green spaces. I end up spending one of those Solari to get an intrigue card, and I get the Water of Life, which is awesome for us. Being able to draw 3 cards on my turn might enable me to get a Spice Misfoliator. And lastly, I take my influence bump with the Emperor. Figure I might as well start working on getting that friendship point with him. And now with my second move of the game, I've just got to go Highliner here. It's so hard for me to get victory points in this no green challenge. So any combat VPs I can get along the way are so helpful.
Oski, come on, man. Why don't you save that spice on tier 3, man? Come on. Bro,
Nope.
come on. Brother, but tier 3 is 2 points. It's 2 points. If you win 2 tier 3s, you win the game. Come on, Yellow. We can talk about this. No, come on. You don't need that many troops. Come on, Yellow. Come on.
Green was right. Turns out I did not need that many troops, but better safe than sorry. I end up winning this combat, getting a nice little bonus. I can trash a card as well, and getting 1 step closer to actually ending this game. Okay.
Yeah, go and trash your dagger. God damn it. And you still have 1 more highliner up your ass ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Oski. Don't do this to me.
And luckily for us, this combat's kind of trash. We don't want to be using our spice until the tier 3 conflict, so it's very unlikely we actually win this one. And no one really needs Solari at this stage of the game, so this combat's kind of a wash. For this first action, I end up going to interstellar shipping with one of my experimentations. And it sets me up for a nice little play here. I end up using shipping to take a bump with the Emperor, then I use the experimentation track to take another bump with the Emperor, and if you look, I have the Tleilaxu Surgeon. So as long as nobody blocks me on wealth, I can send it over to wealth, get the alliance, and get a victory point by cashing in my 2 beetles.
Oski, what are you care to share with me what kind of secrets you have in those intrigues?
Yeah, you want me to tell you?
Yeah, appreciate it.
Hey, you'll find out.
I don't like that way you fan out. Please don't, you're Baron. If you reveal plans in the end, my heart will break. Blue, see, since you are comrades against Yellow, why don't you tell me what those intrigues you have there? Yellow?
Sure, they're just the best ones.
Well,
For
in your dictionary, could you define what is the best ones? Could you define what is the best ones for you? Perhaps?
Whichever ones you're most terrified of, I think, is probably the best definition.
What if I'm not terrified of anything?
I don't believe that for a second.
Oh, green cracks me up. On my turn, I do the exact thing I said I was going to do. Luckily, no one ended up blocking me on wealth. I send my Tleilaxu Surgeon on over, get the alliance with the Emperor track, and I spend 2 specimens to gain 2 bumps on the Benny Tleilax track, getting me another victory point and 2 spice. So I'm sitting very comfortably right now.
Orski, stop it. I don't like it.
And to finish off my round, I reveal for 4 persuasion. So I pick up Throne Moon Politics. I figure I don't have the victory point with the Bene Gesserit yet, and any card that's going to give me passive bumps with them is going to be really huge. So glad to find that one there. So just to take stock of where we're at in the game right now, I'm currently at 8 points, and green is right on my heels with 7 points. I have a lot of spice saved up, so as long as we get one of the good tier 3 conflicts next round, I should be good. Obviously, if we get Grand Vision that just gives 2 bumps with a faction, I'm kind of screwed, but otherwise, I am in a great position to end the game here, and I've been in this position before. If I'm not able to close out the games early, my lack of Swordmaster and my lack of High Council seat makes it really hard for me to get additional points in the end game. So I really have to hit my window here, or I risk losing it all. And luckily for us, the next combat we get is a Battle for Carthag, which is a 2 victory point combat. So if I can get that plus 1 other victory point this round, game over. Unfortunately, the hand we draw this round is absolute trash, but fortunately, we've been saving the Water of Life and the Ixion Probe for this exact situation, so we're still in good shape despite this horrible draw. So like I said, we end up slamming down this Water of Life, paying a water and a spice to draw 3 cards, and we do end up hitting the Diplomacy, which is nice. So we pretty much immediately play the Diplomacy to Highliners and get as many troops in as possible. We have got to win this combat. For my second action of the round, I just end up playing Signet Ring to Carthag. Figure I can go digging for some intrigue cards. Maybe I can get some victory points out of it. Worst case scenario, I get some combat intrigue cards to help really solidify this win. Because at this point, I'm pretty much guaranteed to get the Spice Mist Flow based on the cards that are left in my deck. So I can get a little bit greedy here. And I end up picking up To the Victor, which could be relevant for tiebreakers, I guess. And I also spend the 1 Solar to get another intrigue card. And it's Bindu Suspension. Not really that useful, honestly, but whatever. So then I end up playing my Ixion Probe. I cycle out my Dagger and my Reconnaissance. I draw 2 cards. I get the Experimentation and the Tleilaxu Surgeon, which I knew were there. And that puts me up to 9 Persuasion. Fast forward to my reveal turn. I reveal for 9 Persuasion, and I get that beautiful Spice Mist Flow to put me up to 8 points. And as no surprise, I end up taking down the combat for 2 more victory points, putting me up to 10 victory points and ending the game. Oh my god, it feels so good to be done with this challenge. I've had to play so many games, not having the high council seat, not having that Swordmaster, not being able to buy any overpowered cards with green symbols. It's just so hard. Shout out to Green for the fierce competition. Honestly, I love the table talk. I thought it was hilarious. And hopefully I never have to do something like this again. I just can never lose another board game showdown.
Yeah, GG's.
GG's. See you, everybody.
See ya.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.